Hello. So today we're going to talk about the things that we can do to help us get through difficult times. In other words, what are your healthy coping strategies? So when our scooter breaks down, we pull out the toolbox and we make repairs. But sometimes we need a mechanic. We need somebody who's trained in that area and can help us. And this is the same with you and I. When we are struggling with something in life, sometimes we're able to apply our healthy coping strategies, but sometimes we need help from one of the people that stand on our circle of support, or we might need help from a professional, like we might need to see a doctor or a counsellor or talk to our pastor. So let's talk about your coping skills. We want to have a look at what's in your toolbox, and when life is spluttering along, and you feel like you've broken down, what are things that you can use in your toolbox to help settle you down? How do you support yourself when you're feeling pressured or sad? What are healthy things that you can do to help you find joy and peace? How do you chill out? How do you feel relaxed and inspired? How do you feel connected and centered? And what are the things that you can tell yourself to find comfort and reassurance? Maybe you find comfort curling in a cozy corner to read, or maybe you enjoy chatting with a friend, or listening to music, or playing an instrument, or remembering a particular scripture. I like to pray while I walk. It just helps settle my heart. Other people like to garden, to run, to bake, to do crafts, to paint. Some feel calmer when they organize a space like a desk or a cupboard. When I lived in Chiang Rai, I used to love going to Singer Park, just really enjoy the beautiful expanse there. Do you like dancing or kickboxing or kayaking or getting a massage? There's so many different ways that different people enjoy. So a really powerful way to take care of yourselves these days is to simply turn off, to unplug from technology, pull away from social media for a few weeks and see how you feel. If you're getting overwhelmed, I find that's really helpful. Some sensory experiences, such as repetitive sound, can be calming. On YouTube, you can find hours of sounds like storms or running streams that feel really spacious and peaceful. When we're stressed or scared, our body can go into fight and flight or freeze mode. So it's just natural. It's our body reacting to protect itself, and our breathing can become shallow. We become tense and tight, and sometimes we shake. Sometimes our extremities feel cold. That's just the blood rushing to our internal organs because our body feels like it's under threat. So it's just protecting itself. But when you experience those feelings, it can be scary if you don't understand what's going on. So other things that can happen in our body is that we can get headaches or neck tension, back tension. We hold our stress in different ways. Some people feel nauseous. Yes, anxiety can present in all different ways physically. So we're going to have a think about how that might come up for yourself in your own body. So one way of de-stressing is to do the opposite with our body. So this tells our brain that everything's okay with our body. We do this by making long, elongated movements with our body. It's the opposite to when we go into that physical panic reaction. We're doing the opposite, and it helps to calm our body down. Long stretching, walking, swimming's all really good, and long deep breathing is really fantastic, and it's something that you can do even when people are around. You don't have to feel self-conscious. You can be practicing long deep breathing when you're waiting for an exam. Being mindful and focusing fully on that thing that's right in front of you in the moment. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? How are my feet connecting to the floor right now? Like really focusing on specific things in front of you can help you to distract yourself from thoughts that are getting carried away and different stresses. So today you're going to do 2 different exercises. Firstly, I'm going to get you to draw the outline of a body and describe what happens when you feel anxious or stressed. It might be some of those things that I mentioned before. I've actually attached a little document that can help you. It looks like this. And you might recognize some of those symptoms, like the swirly tummy or the thumping of the heart palpitations, or perspiring, or however you start to feel when the jelly-like legs, when you're feeling anxious and stressed. Yes, so draw an outline of a body and put in things that you can recognize for yourself. And then the second thing you're going to do is, on a fresh page, you're going to create a self-care island, or it could be like a survival map. Let me see. I've done this one. This one's a taking care of me map. I've also included this on, I've attached this to your instructions. So here I've incorporated some of the things that help calm me and are a source of joy for me. I've got here, let's see, green gardens. Remember how I mentioned once before that I love being in nature and it helps me to remember God's goodness. What else? There's care and contribution park. I feel like when I'm doing something for others that's outside of myself, it helps remind me to be thankful, and it helps to calm whatever's going on in my world because I'm helping others. And I've got the railroad of managing boundaries here. I just wanted to mention it's important for us to learn to have boundaries. This is a whole different subject that we can do another time, but you and I need to learn to stay on track with what's important for us and for God's purpose for our lives. So if we don't have healthy boundaries, then it's easy for us to become sidetracked, and then we get frustrated with ourselves and with those around us, and we can feel overwhelmed and anxious. So it's really good to look at what's in our life and what's taking up space in our life, and what we want to choose, what we want to say yes to, and focus in on that. I once painted one of these with some tea because it looked great. It looked aged and lovely, and I really enjoy a tea. It helps me to relax. So it was just a representation. So whatever brings you bliss, write it down, draw it, stick pictures of it in there, or do yourself a little map or island. And to help you, I've attached a document like this that has all different kinds of coping strategies on there. It can give you some ideas of things that you like to do that work for you, or that you might like to try. And don't forget to write down at least one thing that you can say to yourself to help calm and reassure yourself. So self-talk is really crucial. to tell yourself soothing words of kindness and understanding and comfort, such as you're going to be okay, you've come through something like this before, just take one moment at a time, things like that you can remember to tell yourself to get you through that hard season. So have a think about what you could say or learn to say that will help settle you. Okay, Cricks family, have fun.